Hello out there once again, sports fans, your internet friends, Jersey Joe and I on here, ready to chat more sports with you. And Joel, what sport are we talking about today?
Talking about baseball and the Korean baseball leagues.
Ooh, you are correct. That's a question we put out on social media. So ESPN is airing live baseball from Korea, the Korean Baseball Organization. The question is, are you watching? We put that question out. I want to hear your responses. Got a lot of them. And also things that you've noticed that are different between baseball and South Korea than here. It's another baseball edition of the Brew. We love baseball. We know you do too. So Joel, I got to ask you first. Are you watching the live games from South Korea?
I have been catching highlights from them on Twitter and the recaps on YouTube, but I have not actually been able to watch them live since I've been working this whole week. They've had them. But I picked the Lot Giants, so that's my team now. I've jumped on the bandwagon, and they started out 3-0.
Nice, fine choice. So I've been watching, I have to admit, I've been putting on because I definitely need to hear some live sports, but the games are on in the middle of the night here in the East Coast. They kick on 3, 4 o'clock in the morning, but I've been watching the rebroadcast on ESPN2, and they usually pop on here about 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and I like it. The only thing I'm going to say that I don't like about the games, ESPN's coverage, is the announcers, they put them in 3 boxes on the right side of the screen, and they're bullshitting about stuff that doesn't pertain to the game that's on right now. Like they had Adam Jones on this week, which was fine. You know, Adam Jones, former Orioles player, he's playing overseas now. But they were talking random nonsense that went on for 4 innings. I did not need to hear from Adam Jones about nonsense for 4 innings. I know the announcer's trying to stretch. I know they don't know exactly like what is going on in the game. They kind of called a little bit. But if you're going to air the game, I need to hear the crack of the bat. You know, I need to hear the cheer a little bit, you know, the noise. Not 3 guys bullshitting about Adam Jones's kids. To me, that kind of like took away the magic of the game.
Yeah, I'm glad I didn't have to experience that.
I know, and I was like, okay, 1 inning was fine. Like 2 innings, like, well, this is going on for a long time. 3 innings, I'm like, by 4th inning, I'm like, close his mic. I don't care anymore. But it's still kind of neat. And one thing I did notice, and I don't know if you did, but there's absolutely no fans in the stands either. Like in these games, they're playing to an empty house.
Yeah, I mean, that's probably what we're going to get here pretty soon too.
Hey, I'll take that. You know, some baseball is better than no baseball. And I got to ask you this. This is kind of unrelated. Over in Germany, they started their soccer league is starting back up. And there's no fans in the stands, except you can actually, like, buy a cardboard cutout of yourself, and they'll stick you in the seats there in the games. I'm like, well, that's kind of genius, because I know if they would do that here, I would absolutely buy a cardboard cutout of myself to be put somewhere in Yankee Stadium.
Yeah. Have you show up in the crowd on ESPN, have a home run, go over to the Joe cutout?
Oh my God, until the ball like hits somebody, like decapitates the cardboard cutout's head, you know, whoops, sorry.
It'd be entertaining.
It would be entertaining. Well, you know what's entertaining? Your guys' comments on this question. So what did you have to say about it? Are you watching baseball from South Korea? Warlock NT says, absolutely, yes. James McLaughlin, yes, if it wasn't on in the middle of the night when I'm sleeping. Burrow Owl says, I like it, but I used to think West Coast games were late. And Woody Jr. 67 says, could give 2 shits about that brand of baseball, especially at 4 in the morning. Besides, MLB is coming back. Have faith.
I'm worried they might come back too soon and ruin it for the rest of the year. But if they don't, if they time it right, and if things go well according to plan, then that's a possibility.
I know, like, here in the East Coast, you know, the curve is coming down and people getting sick and hospitalizations. Like, we are on the way down, I mean, which is a good sign. And, you know, they're slowly talking about opening things up here, which, my God, we have to because things are getting really desperate here in the East Coast. But, again, we got to do it right, though. Make sure nobody gets sick, you know, do it in a safe manner. And I do think MLB has that plan to do it without fans, to test the players inside the parks when they go in and keep them, you know, sequestered in hotels. So they are, like, kind of actually thinking about that.
Yeah, I don't know how they're going to do that where they're away from their family for so long, though.
More of your comments right now because Rudy Go here at 55 says, yeah, why not? It's not North Korea. South Koreans value and love baseball. Cody United says, if we watch live streams of MLB The Show, we'll watch Korean baseball. Mike F3825, I'm not sure I'd get up at 5:30 or 1 a.m. even for the Yankees. And Starman asks, is it subtitled? Well, like I said, it's not subtitled. They do have the score in English. They have like little crawl and ESPN going in English. Our announcers are covering the game. You do not hear the announcers from Korea at all. But if you look at the background, the ads are definitely, you know, not in English. The names on their jerseys are not in English. But it's kind of like cool to see that. It's just a little bit, it's something different.
Yes, it is.
I don't know. I have no problem watching foreign television. As you saw, we went to Canada and hung out. Like, I'm like, oh, let's put the local news on and see what's going on there. And it was different.
Yeah, exploring different cultures and seeing how they react to the game is pretty fun. Especially the culture over there where they're more excited. They're not all on their phone.
The other thing I kind of think is kind of cool about it, though, it's even though we can't all travel right now, you can actually like travel and experience the culture from your couch, you know, for just a few hours anyhow.
It's the distraction we need right now.
Yes, exactly. Well, more of your distractions, your comments right now, because Wingman342 says, yes, it's better than skipping rocks. Robert Guitar says, definitely got to watch Balls in Flight somewhere. And really Matt Treat says, no, I'm not as big of a fan of it as you and Joel. Now, hockey from Europe, I'd definitely be down with that. I can remember in the 90s at one point, too, like, you were able to watch hockey from the USSR. It was hard because they didn't really, still communism was still going. But you could watch, like, the Russian Penguins. You get little clips of that. So it has happened with other sports leagues before where you can see the foreign games.
Cool. I'm going to keep watching KBO.
They're long gone. Hey, one other thing I wanted to ask you, though, and I saw this on Twitter. I was doing my research for this show this week. Did you see the big fire that happened outside of one of the KBO games in the Heroes and Tigers game the other day? Like, the game was postponed because of it.
Yeah,
It
it
had
was past center field.
Yeah, it was quite the spectacular footage. I gotta say, like, ooh, I don't recall ever an American game ever having to be shut down for a wildfire. Yes, snow and weather.
No, because most of the fields, most of the ballparks aren't anywhere near a giant field or anywhere super hot like a lot of vegetation that can catch on fire.
Good point. Well, let's get to the poll right now. You put that question out on social media. Are you interested in watching live baseball from South Korea on television? A very, very tight poll this time. 48% said no. 52% said yes. This one came down to a matter of clicks. But as baseball fans, and we know we have lots of you on our Twitter feeds, you're watching. So, okay, Joel, I agree with that. I think the poll kind of lines up. Like, yeah, we're interested. We're not watching every game, but there is some interest there.
It's better than watching nothing. And their skill level is comparable to like AA, AAA.
You know one thing, though, that you never have to worry about entertainment-wise? If you click that like, subscribe button down below, there's always something on the big Jersey Joe 50 YouTube channel for you. Jersey Joe 50, that's the YouTube channel you want to be on 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Lots of entertainment here. We thank you very much for dialing up the big show here and also all the big programs on the web show. So, yeah, you know what, Joel? I didn't tell you my team, by the way. So I decided I went with the Samsung Lions. Only because my high school mascot was United Lions. The logo and the colors are similar, royal blue and white, so I went with that. Unfortunately, they blew their first two games, absolutely lost. I didn't check out what they did over the weekend, so that shows you how much I'm watching, but there you go. And my television I own is a Samsung. Thank you, Samsung Corporation. Free plug. Send us all some quality Samsung products. Jersey Joe here, I am the box saying thanks for watching, and we'll see you.
Go Lot Giants.
And we'll see you next time, I hope.